first YouTube live. Okay, so wow, man, I finally got the opportunity to do this. Something I wanted to do for a minute. Wanted to go on YouTube live in this manner, kind of akin to the whole TikTok, feel. I kind of like this a little bit better. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. I am watching folks lose their minds. I'm watching society. I'm watching what's going on. I'm watching the feedback, the reverberation. Is that it? I don't know. It's impactful, at least for me. And to see them scurry about the folks who represent the elite, folks who represent what it is, you know all this is about. I really can't put my finger on it. I know that it involves something approaching. I will call it the kingdom. I know that others think maybe it's a world war. Others think maybe it's something cosmically that's from alien technology. How you doing? Welcome. I don't know how this works. This is my first one. I'm trying it out. Works, it doesn't work, doesn't matter. I believe I'll probably be able to post this and everything will go fine. Either way, I'm seeing as they're pulling out fossils to join in and telling everybody to remain calm. And I got to say, folks, they're telling everybody to remain calm. And I got to tell you something. It tells me there might be need to panic. I got to tell you, without doubt, the more they go back. Right now, they got Edwards coming at you, telling everybody not to panic. That's scary. The guy that screamed and took himself right out of the presidential race. Hey, here we go. YouTube live. I hope it's what it's cracked up to be. I don't know. I can do a show with no one here, do a show with 1,000 people. It doesn't matter. But, whatever my audience, the message will always be the same. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up and let's just face facts and let's just come to terms and let's just understand, let's realize where we are. That's all. Afterward, I invite everyone to act accordingly. For goodness sake, man, it's perilous in my opinion. It's we've got a society driven by a myth, driven by a delusion, driven by a mental illness, I dare say. I'm looking at Marjorie Taylor Greene take in some fucking air, breathe deep. That chick is feeling her oats, man. And let me tell you something, white supremacy, for goodness sake, guys, it's never wielded so powerfully, but in the hands of a woman. And I got to tell you that as much as white supremacy prevails, on the male side, and it does, proud boys and all, right? The women that foment this belief, this long-held, entrenched, and somehow just implanted belief that the absence of melanin in certain circumstances makes an individual superior. It's ridiculous. Better, more deserving, privileged. How the fuck you want me to call it? I can't really call it, but this is the mantra. This is what they want. And they want a society devoid of variety. And I'm cool with that for now because, it's who's in charge. It's what's running what. It's who's setting what tone. I'm digging that, whatever, right? But look at what happens when you take diversity from a society. Look at what kind of beings are created. Folks that have a problem getting along with others. It's a little bit, it's unnerving. It's unnerving. And I'm going to tell you folks, quite frankly, I fear for any success in that endeavor, because I believe that if they were successful in removing, anything that is not looking as they do from within their ranks in their society, in their communities. And not only that, but also take from within those communities truth. Remove history from within the ranks of the now devoid of culture and diversity type of community and see what happens. I dare say, I think somebody said this a while back. These folks ain't harder on nobody other than themselves. I mean, that's just it. As hard as they might be on us, they're horrible to each other. And let me tell you the first folks that kind of recognize that. And you folks know I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about those folks that identify themselves as some kind of race. So I'm talking about any of those individuals, but primarily the ones that are making the most noise today. These people who years ago, before just the turn of the century, were not even considered, quote unquote, white. Poles and French and Spanish and Czechs and Russians. And I can go down the line of individuals who are challenged in a melanated sense. Again, melanin does not simply mean your skin is brown. I hope everybody understands that. Melanated people doesn't mean you have brown skin. The measure of melanin can be such that brown skin is not the order of the day, and you'll have plenty. Just want everybody to know that. I still puzzle at the reason it's valued at such an exorbitant amount of money per gram. What are they using it for? Don't want to get there, but it just seems I think consistent throughout the terrain of this country at this point that there's a problem. There's a problem, folks. Look, I'm not pointing fingers per se, but I'm nodding in a kind of a direction and saying, just examine it, please. Because if we're looking at things objectively and through just the prism of, unbiased vision, you might see a consistency, a prevailing consistency in the demographics of the individuals making the most trouble. And they're not in fucking Chicago. They're not in the, they're not in the inner cities. That trouble's a different kind of trouble, stemming from a different kind of source. And it's not a source that can't be, pinpointed. Now, the source of whatever fears these rabble rousers seem to have chopping at them, we can't find whoever the fuck is taking their goddamned country, but we get the understanding that something's going to get taken. I don't think it's more. I don't think it's like country as much as it might be position. Doug Rice Show Live, YouTube. Shit, this is interesting. I like this. Cozy group too. 5 folks. I'm dealing with that. I can cool that. That's a small group. That's homie right there. I could say shit now, man. 5 people, motherfucker, please. Let me tell you something. The impact you make on fewer people that you talk to is how shit gets done. You don't necessarily make such an impact with 1,000 people unless you're doing something outlandish. But if you say something just right to a few amount of people, you're liable to know what the fuck goes on. Who knows? How's everybody doing? Pretty good. Weekend's almost done. I have a very full schedule in this whole effort to try to be self-sustaining. I'm suffering some gastrointestinal problems, some adjustments that have to be made, which is cool, trying to build a company, if you will, in weight of the kingdom. I preface everything I do, and I make goddamn sure to tell you that I'm doing everything till kingdom come, and it's on its way. So I'm going to work. I'm going to be diligent. I'm going to try everything I can, exhaust myself beyond, greatest recognition of most until I can't go no more. till kingdom come. But I think it's fast approaching. You know, they're expecting a lot. There are. So on top of, you know, the whole Trump shit, which is becoming quite, you know, it's entertaining. Okay. Despite the whole, there's a meteor coming, you know, we get it. It's going to hit somewhere. Everybody okay? Good. Despite all of that, what's most interesting in the news at this moment as we talk is the Russian gathering forces on the Ukrainian border. Dear God, what the hell? I mean, listen, folks, as bad as Negroes are, obviously, somebody keeps spreading that rumor, we haven't started world wars. Not yet. And I got to say, you know, working on a third world war while, you know, gathering together, shaking your fists at the air, claiming somebody's trying to take your country and exalting right-wing white nationalism globally, especially in a country at this point weak enough for even, I don't know, shit, Ireland could come take over this bitch at this point. What you want from me, right? So, I don't know what to tell you. It's like, you know, we're under some interesting circumstances, but the gathering of these troops. And now, listen, folks, some folks are saying that they're doing this to keep the Ukraine out of NATO. I got to tell you something. Listen, if that is their original intent to keep the Ukraine out of NATO and they're just sending a message, I figure, you know, if Biden goes for it and says, you know what, fine, we won't support Ukraine in NATO. Biden goes for it. I'm thinking that Putin might look at the situation, you know what, well, the troops are there anyway. And then, well, you know, it might just go down. And I'm going to just take it one step further, which is real simple, folks. Please listen to this because this is important. If Biden decides, or excuse me, if Putin decides to go into Ukraine, Biden can't do shit. Yeah. See, the weapons that we need to stave them off have not been fully developed yet. Absolute truth. In fact, it was their last. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by the speak only. Oh, Doug only speak. I'm sorry, somebody's typing. I thought I was being banned. Sorry, it was the first for me. Thank you so much. I'm hoping that was a text message. The bottom line is, man, is that these people are pointing guns at each other in a way that it's never been known before. I need everybody to understand because I don't think we really pay attention. And we need to start paying attention. Hebrews. I'm not talking about black people. I'm not talking about people of color. I'm going to start really, I'm going to put that in the can for real. I'm not talking about black people anymore. I'm not talking about white people in the context with which, you know, they're generalized. I'm talking, when I speak on white folks, I'm talking about those that identify with being that which I flatly deny, refute, and say, fuck off, racist. Racism, race, it's anti-God. So, bottom line, we don't have weapons that go faster than the speed of sound that work effectively. The Chinese are in front of the Russians and the Russians are in front of us. And I dare say that if they invade the Ukraine, we're not going to do a fucking thing except say, damn, that we didn't want you to do that, and then sanction them. Which ain't going to help anybody because we need some economy up in this motherfucker. Or guess what? Kaput. Now, after that happens, then they're going to get the fucking Chinese are going to start eyeing, well, you know. And that's going to probably fold like a piece of paper because what are they going to do? If they can't stop the Russians from taking the Ukraine, what makes anyone think they're going to stop China? That's the rub. And that's where we are. And we're even at a place more dangerous than that because if anyone can't see the convergence of circumstances encircling everyone. Now, this Roe v. Wade thing, someone had a very interesting way of looking at it. Roe v. Wade seems to be positioned to affect mandated vaccines. And I believe that Biden is treading his water, biding his time, for Roe v. Wade to be adjusted in a manner that takes away the ownership of an individual in relation to and abortion, thus affecting law, allowing them to mandate a vaccine. And at that point, I got to tell you, folks, the gloves will come the fuck off. And you're seeing the future. All you have to do is look at Australia. All you got to do is look at Germany. Motherfuckers, this ain't a goddamn drill. I do not know what brothers and sisters do with their day, but goddamn it, if I don't pay the fuck attention. Listen, this is 911, all hands on deck. Don't let these people make moves around us that affect us without at least being aware of where we need to be mentally and physically if necessary. God damn, what is it? What do they have to do to us, with us, that wakes us the fuck up? That's what I'm trying to figure it out, because most of us are walking around asleep with a big shit-eating goddamned grin on our fucking faces. I will not be polite about this. I will not. I will not. Let me tell you something, folks. You know, I want you to think about them smooth talking fucking leaders we supposedly have. You hear me, motherfuckers? You pay attention to anybody that don't curse, trying to convince your ass of something. And the more they refuse to get real, the less you better believe what's coming out of their goddamned mouth. I mean that. While you're watching what they're saying, watch what they're doing, then watch their pocketbooks. That's just the bottom goddamned line, because you understand. Rich motherfuckers have very few chance of making this shit. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. Motherfuckers with their eye on the money ball might miss and swing air ball. I'm just telling you. This is like, I mean, it's just 101. Straight out of scripture. Yeshua told everyone, right? You know, rich man came. Yeah. Somebody asked him. You know? So, yeah, man, the successful in this country, I'm very suspicious of those successful in this country that toe the company country line, because that's what this is, a corporation. You understand that? You understand every time I talk about America, they're towing the company line, because America is a corporation. It's a business. And you're just a goddamn product. I know, right? It's fucked up. You, as a consumer, are the prime and principal product of America. And the devaluation of the American value is plummeting. All you got to do is look at them. What they've done, and I've said it before. Folks, please pay attention to this. This is very important. Why Donald Trump? Why do we have Donald Trump? Why do we have him? I'll tell you why. We've got Donald Trump because that's all they're left with. That's it. They don't have anybody better. Very few can step up to the plate, and we've lost one today, Bob Dole. Another one, gone. Gone. Reputable, respectful individuals, at least on the surface, capable of keeping their dirt so far hidden that, you know, the look of clean is all they mean. Right? Not Donald Trump. Not like Donald Trump. I mean, Bob Dole served in World War II or something, I believe, right? So Trump is a draft-dodging coward. And 70 million people love him. Now, dare I say, if someone like Obama had used bone spurs to get out of going into service, he probably would not have been elected president of the United States. They would have used that like a hammer to nail his coffin shut politically. So how is it that literally, and I mean this, folks, how is it that the absolute worst of them is in power, supported, elevated, and kept aloft by the worst of them? Because the worst of them is all that's goddamned left. And if it's not making sense to you, you're not watching what the fuck's going on. Look at the fucking crowd on the 6th of January. I challenge you to look at what we're dealing with right now. Let me tell you something. The weaker of this society is being overrun and beaten down by the stronger of this society. And they look like Marjorie Taylor Greene now. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, again, you're not watching, and it's an absolute truth. It's an absolute truth. We're left with the worst of them supporting the king of the worst of them, and they're roused up. Do you think people are taking their goddamn country? You know, patriotism now is synonymous with right-wing white nationalism because that's what the fuck they are about. And don't let them tell you anything different. Don't let them water down the goddamned truth, what these people are about. They're about white nationalism, and that's it. And don't let them fool you into thinking that I somehow foment racism by talking about racists. It's fucking stupid. I mean, dear God, they murder us in the fucking street. Are we not at least permitted to talk about that shit? I mean, that's all we fucking got. I mean, you may not like the delivery. Maybe you should stay the fuck out of our goddamn conversations. I mean, it's time, isn't it? Haven't they proven beyond any reasonable doubt that they're not fucking around? Haven't they shown us explicitly this country is not for us? This country's for them, and they fucking want it. When you get motherfuckers like Paul Gosar, when you get racist, right-wing, white nationalist females like Marjorie Taylor Greene that have been elected to public office representative of the public sentiment. Fuck you. Don't tell me to be quiet. While at the same time, these same motherfuckers don't want to hear about what they coined critical race theory. Now, understand this. They want to be as racist as hell, but they don't want to talk about their history of racism. Dear God, it's like it's like brain lock, ain't it? Shit, really? That's what you want to do? Fuck you. No. No, we'll not do that. We're going to keep discussing. We're going to let the light fantastic roll. We're going to release the dogs of war, and we're going to talk about the shit all fucking day till kingdom come. And I'm going to be here telling you Hebrews that you are set apart, that you are special possessions of the Most High God of all creation. You hear that? You understand? That means act accordingly. That's not bragging. That's letting you know you better snap the fuck to. I kid you not. And I'm not going to be polite about it. No. See, here's the thing. I've noticed, when respectable black men speak and they say something that others don't agree with, I tell you, they start attacking the integrity of this individual, start attacking his character. They start attacking his reputation. It's scary shit. Me? I don't have any of that fucking shit to worry about. Fuck you. So that means I can keep it on message. They can't fuck with me because, well, I'm not respectable. I don't give a fuck. I'm a black man in America, motherfuckers. And the truth of the matter is I don't think anything other than that. Yeah, because fuck what they want me to think. They want us to think that we are a part of this great opportunity. They want us to think that we are equal participants in this great experiment gone wrong. We're not. And we never fucking were. And they treat us as such. Now, you don't have to get all in your fucking feelings and walk around with a chip on your shoulder. All I'm suggesting you do maintain the course. And when you're out and about in this penal colony for Negroes, I dare say you should at least act as if you have some place to go. Walk with purpose. So many of us walk with an invitation on our faces, an invitation for interaction, for assistance, for help, for an unanswered question to be addressed. When many of us should simply go looking straight ahead without that goddamned smile on our fucking faces to appease the masses into a complacency and a feel-good they don't fucking deserve. Now, my first fucking live, I like this shit, on YouTube. My first mobile YouTube live looking like TikTok. How's everybody doing? I'm Doug Rice. Welcome to the Doug Rice Show, the live edition, the live segment. Decided just to wing it, just to go in blind, just see what the fuck comes out of my mouth, because you know something? There's so much going on. And it all affects us. And don't let anyone tell you different. They're nervous. They're up in their feelings. And I mean, they're in there deep, aren't they? They got attitude. They got angst. And they're aggravated. They're agitated. They're armed. They're anxious. All the fucking A's that you can goddamn think of. And let me tell you something. I talk to them every day on the phone. I do. They don't know who I am. Fuck them. They don't. I talk to them every day on the phone, and they're mad. Generally, they're in a mad disposition. And it's alarming. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the folks that identify themselves as being white folks. I'm not talking about anyone else. I'm not talking about anyone other than individuals who associate themselves with this thing they call race. That is what is fucking shit up. I've come to that conclusion recently. Thought I'd share it with you because I talk about white people. And I don't mean to hurt everyone's goddamn feelings. It gets to you. So I decided to make this differentiation a fucking fact and make it known. I reject race. Fuck you. I do. I mean, you're a part of a family. You're a part of a geographical location. You're certainly bloodline somewhere. But I'll be goddamned if any motherfucking swinging dick is a race. Nope. Don't care. I love to say that shit freely and openly, expecting nothing. It's liberating. All right, so that's where we're at, folks. I hope everybody likes this shit. I did a live. It's about 30 minutes. It's 28:17. It's 10 people in the room. I got 7 thumbs up. I like this shit. I like the coziness. You know, I'm not going to be one of those people that typically tells you to go in the fucking Bible, starts looking. Listen, I curse. I use profanity. It's a part of what I've been doing too damn long. I'm not going to fake it. Listen, if I talked and didn't curse, I'd want to curse. I'd be a fucking phony. Not going to do it. So, one day, perhaps, maybe, I don't know. I got to say, listen, folks, if profanity is what I have to worry about moving forward, then fuck it. I mean that. It's just listen, if I'm going to get judged on profanity, at least I'm going to be good at it. All right. Hope everybody has enjoyed the first YouTube live like this. I don't know how many people it might hit. I don't even know how to stop this shit. I thought I'd give it 30 minutes and a go, but hey, if you enjoyed it, share it, love it, add me, whole deal, all the shit you do to get somewhat popular. What do you fucking want? All right, folks, have a good Sunday. I might do this later. I may not. I don't know. Bye.